Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. Great to have you here again. Yeah. Well, now that we've got a bit more time, let's expand on what we're trying to do here.
Yeah, welcome back.
Well, we're looking at basically investments, right? Now, investments come in a lot of different packages. Yeah. Being in your 40s and 50s like ourselves, basically what we have to do is allocate our time as an investment to maximize our returns on it. Whether it's in business, whether it's with your family, whether it's leisure time, whatever it may be, we just want to maximize our returns from it. And I think clothing is really important aspect in that. We believe that a lot of people dress not so well because they don't allocate enough time into their thinking, and they don't have enough time to think about what they're going to wear.
So me and Abu have been having discussions about key pieces that we need in our wardrobe. So footwear, trousers, shirts, knitwear, outerwear, jackets and coats. And as you can see, and as we said last week, we dress differently. So we were just looking at key pieces, 4 pieces of each, and we were going to expand on that.
Yeah, so we're going to look at 4 pieces of trousers, 4 pieces of footwear, 4 shirts, and 4 pieces of either knitwear or sweatshirts, that kind of thing. Then we're going to have 1 winter coat and 1 winter jacket. Now, there's a basic here that we all should have in our wardrobes, and what's that?
So the standard is a white t-shirt. It's got to be a good fit, it's got to be comfortable, and you should be able to dress it up or dress it down. So you can even have a t-shirt under a cardigan, a t-shirt under a blazer, but it's got to be a good quality t-shirt, and you've got to have a couple of them.
Yeah, he's absolutely right. So I didn't really want to discuss this because this should be standard. You should have this in your wardrobe. Now, just a quick little bit of advice. Right now, John Lewis are not sponsoring the show, by the way, but just a little quick one. John Lewis have got a Pima cotton t-shirt, which is great quality, at $14.95. At $14.95, I think that's a great piece to pick up, and they do fit really well. So go along, try it and see what you think. So without further ado, let's get into this. Right, so the number one thing that we want to first look at is trousers. So the first thing I've got on here is a pair of dark denim jeans. Now you've got to own a pair of dark denim jeans. Depending on the type of body shape you have, I'd recommend going with a regular pair, regular cut, or a slight taper on them. Now, I would also recommend a pair of Japanese denims because they're just such well made. The Japanese, they just took denim and they took it to another level. They actually went backwards. If you want to know more about this, we can do this at a different time, but I would recommend a Japanese denim. Now what I've gone with here is we've got a regular tapered jeans by Edwin, and at £87 in the sale at the moment, and they're a great fit, and they're a nice dark indigo color. Yeah, they're great. Also, I've got, if you wanted something that's a regular fit rather than a tapered fit, that is, we've got the Lee 101Z, also made in Japan, and they're the classic fit with the 14.75 ounce selvage denim. Yeah, so that's a great fit, and that is a key piece that will allow you to dress things up, dress things down. Number 2 item I've gone for is chinos. Now every man should have chinos in his wardrobe. Yeah, so the chinos I've gone for are actually, they're really priced really well. The by actually Charles Tyrwhitt, I think it's pronounced, sorry if I got it wrong, but they do a nice navy classic cut, which you can dress up, dress down, and I've also gone for an olive in them as well as my choice number 3. Again, it provides you with a lot of flexibility in your wardrobe. The trousers. So the trousers I've gone for a grey flannel trouser. Now these are by the House of Bro. It's a Scottish brand and they've been doing this thing for a long time. These are classic grey trouser which will allow you to be very flexible in your wardrobe, because you can drop this with denim if you wanted to. You can drop it with a classic shirt or knitwear, not a problem, and even works well on night out. Now these are priced at $119.95, and I think they look great. There is one other brand that I really like and I've had a great experience with. It's a little bit more pricey, but I've enjoyed the fit on them, and I think you know what, they are really good. So if you want to spend and you're in that category, you can spend a little bit more. I'd recommend trying. If I can just get this up 1 second. So these are by Berg & Berg. They're again a classic grey flannel trouser in mid grey. They call the August flannel trouser, and they don't have belt loops. They've got the side fasteners, and I think they fit really well. In my experience, they have, and they fall really well too. So whichever you prefer, you know, go with these, right? And then we're going to go on to footwear.
Very interesting. So Abby's discussed trousers, jeans and chinos and the colours he's chosen. Now he's going to move on to footwear.
Right, yeah, let's get into this. This is really important because it's one of the first things that people notice is what you've got on your feet. Yeah, it's really, really important. Now, bro, one of the things that really wind me up, right, is people when they've got like battered shoes.
I knew that was coming.
What's that about? Do you know what I mean? Battered trainers and battered shoes. Yo, if you're not respecting your footwear, then how much personal respect do you have for yourself? So how do you expect other people to have respect for you?
I think personally, working in retail, the first thing I look at is a footwear, even if it's a man or a woman. The first thing I notice is what the man or woman are wearing on the foot. So I think that is really, really important. And I think if you're going to invest something, invest in your footwear upwards.
Without doubt. But, you know, I'm not saying you've got to spend thousands and thousands of pounds with these, you know, certain brands out there. You don't have to. Look for quality, yeah? Look for that something that suits your lifestyle, right? That you're going to enjoy wearing, feels comfortable. And you know what, guys? I can't say this enough. Invest in shoe polish, yeah, right? Invest in shoe trees, okay? You do them things, your shoes are going to last a lot longer, give you a lot more wear and a lot more enjoyment.
Right, let's get on to it.
Let's do it. While there's Black Friday sales on as well, I've gone with a classic pair of Chuck Taylors. You know, you can't beat a pair of Converse. They go with most outfits. And because they're not about fashion, and they're just about style, and you can wear them over and over again with so many different outfits. You can put them with, you know, in the summer with the lighter colours, and, you know, in the winter with darker colours perhaps. But anyway, you got these at £42, which is a great price considering they were £70, right? The next thing I'm going to go on to is a Derby boot. Now, wow, what can I say about these boots, man? You know, these are really well made. Right? I've got personal experience with this company. I do own a lot of things. Again, Grenson do not sponsor this show, but you know what? I do own a lot of Grenson footwear. These Barlows, they look fantastic. And if you look at the design and the colour, you can see that this is something that you're going to get a lot of wear out of. So I would recommend investing in something like this, at £375, something that's going to give you years of wear as long as you maintain them well. Okay?
So me personally, I don't own any of these boots, but you can just tell by just looking at these pictures that they are really good quality, and they're quite unique as well in how they look.
Yeah, so they are, and the thing about Grenson is it's a British brand and they're very well made. I wanted to mention something, I might as well mention it now, is the shoes that I've chosen, apart from the Chuck Taylors obviously. They're out of a Goodyear welt. I don't want to get too geeky about it, but it's going to mean that they're more protected against the weather, and they're going to give you a lot more wear as long as you maintain them. So the next item I want to look at is a pair of penny loafers. Penny loafers are a classic. You know, you can wear them with denims, you can wear them with trousers, you can wear them with chinos. Depending on the day you've got ahead of you, you can dress them up and dress them down. Even great on a date night too. Right? These are by Mojas, which is a Spanish company. They're handmade, again, Goodyear welted, and if you have a little look, they absolutely look stunning. Great colour, very flexible in that dark brown. The thing with suede, I would say, is definitely get a suede protector and a brush to brush them down. Again, shoe trees are a must. Okay, and these are priced at, a quick little look, £330. I think again it can be a little bit pricey, but if you wanted something in that similar style that's still got a Goodyear welt, Berwick do a nice pair at £185. Okay, so my final choice. Now, I was originally going to go with a pair of Oxfords, and Oxfords are a classic shoe. Now, with these, I've actually gone for these are Derby shoes. Now, these Derby shoes allow you to put them with a suit. Also, because the Derby's a little bit more relaxed, you can put them with jeans or chinos as well, and it gives you a bit more flexibility in your wardrobe. So they're my 4 choices of my shoes. Let me know what you guys think.
Very interesting. To be honest with you, your choices are different to mine, as we both know.
Yeah.
So why have you chosen them items?
Well, like I said earlier, the reason why I've chosen them items, I had to think about this. It was actually more difficult than I thought, but this is my investment time. I'm investing my time into allocating a wardrobe for the whole of the autumn winter range, and this is the only thing I've got to choose from. So it's got to be flexible so I can adapt to my daily requirements. Okay, so to start off with the trousers, let's have a look at the dark denims. I wanted something that's hard wearing, something that goes well with anything. So I can put it with a pair of trainers, I can put it with a pair of shoes, I can put it with my loafers, depending on what I'm doing that day.
Okay, 100%.
And dark denims, as you know, they go with anything, don't they? Yeah.
Dark denim's a must. I mean, I must say, I think every gentleman should own a dark denim jeans. 100%.
But please, just get a pair that actually fits you well.
So again, depending on your body type.
It's really important. And then I went into the chinos. When you look at chinos, there's a range of them. And I was going to pick a pair of beige or cream kind because I think they're really nice. But when you think about it, how often would you wear them within that autumn winter time? You wouldn't wear them that often, maybe occasionally. So I had to think about it, and I think about colours that you'd wear near enough every day if you needed to. So navy is a must. I mean, a nice pair of navy, they go with anything. And then I went with olive. Now, olive, I quite like olive. Actually, I've got a pair on now myself. These are by Suit Supply, but that's a different brand. But anyway, I've gone with olive because, again, with olive, you can wear it with darker colours and lighter colours. You can dress them up and dress them down. You can throw them on with your Chuck Taylors if you want, or you can throw them on with your Mochas loafers if you want. It's not a problem. You can dress it up and dress it down. So that's basically why, because it gives a lot more flexibility, because I've got no other choices basically.
No.
And then lastly, my final choice was the flannel trousers.
Yeah.
Now with the flannel trousers, if you put yourself in a situation where you've got a meeting, again, quite formal, not a problem, you can wear that. Now, if you also put yourself in a more casual setting, you could put it on with a denim shirt and your Derby boots. Again, works really well, a little bit more country wear. And as you know, flannel is derived from the country and it's hard wearing as well, so you're going to get a lot of wear out of them, and they feel great on.
Very good. Very interesting to answer. I mean, the colours you've chosen obviously will be different to the colours I'll be choosing, and I'll explain why.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
So today we have discussed trousers, chinos, jeans, and footwear that Abu has chosen in his must-haves in his autumn-winter wardrobe. And next week we will be discussing the upper, so your shirts, knitwear, outerwear, jacket and coat.
Yeah, so you know what, that's my opinion, what I've suggested, and I think it's got a lot of flexibility for gentlemen in our age category. You invest well in the way you dress, it's really important, and hopefully you get the maximum benefits from it. And if you guys have opinions on what I've chosen, please share it with us in the comments below. We'd love to know what you think, and it's a conversation between us, but at the end of the day. And if you like what we're doing here,
like, share, comment and subscribe, and any comments like Abu just mentioned, then just put them on below and we will answer them on the next episode.
and don't forget to share with friends and family too.
Thank
See
you
guys soon.
Bye bye.